everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the second stage in the application process for the Disney Cultural Exchange Programme. So after you submitted your online application, you will get an email if you're successful about scheduling your pre-screen interview. Basically this is done with Yummy Jobs at their office in Epping, and they will give you a date when they want you to attend, and you'll either get a morning or afternoon slot. And you basically just confirm that on the website, and then if there's any problems then you can maybe email them to get a different day, but it's best just kind of accept the one that you get if possible. Last year they all took place in 1 week, Monday to Friday, and you just have to be able to make that week. Basically that's when they take place. So mine was actually in the first scheduled slot for that week. It was the 26th of September, a Monday at 9:15. So I had to get up super early and my dad drove me down, and everyone basically huddled in the Costa, which is right across the street from the Yummy Jobs office. I met a really nice girl there and we kind of chatted to try and ease each other's nerves while we had a little drink. Then I realised my tights were ripped, so I ran into Boots to try and get some replacement ones. It was a bit stressful, but you know, these things happen. Then at 9 o'clock we all waited outside to be admitted into the Yummy Jobs office. So we go up the stairs and you come into like a general meeting area space. That was just a really loud noise. So you go up the stairs and you'll be in a general meeting area space. There are lots of chairs, you'll just file in, sit down, leave your stuff, and then there are 3 people from Yummy Jobs who stand at the front and basically give a presentation, which I think took about 45 minutes. So they tell you a bit more about the job, what's expected, the costs. You get given a role checklist sheet which talks about each role in a bit more detail, and you can tick the ones that you are open to having in Florida. I basically ticked every single one just because I wanted to seem keen. I think most people did, to be honest. They also showed us a bunch of videos which are on the general Disney website anyway, so I think most people had already seen them. And then the people running the session talked about their roles that they did for a bit. Got everyone just super excited. Did a little quiz on Disney so you could win things. It was things like, when did Magic Kingdom open, name some of the Disney cruise ships, just stuff like that. And then they had all of us kind of stand up and take a picture and look happy, I don't know. So we all did that. We had to pretend to be one of the 7 dwarves, so I was happy. And people, you know, took which one they wanted and took a photo. It was a bit weird, but as we had come into the building, we were given a sticker at random and it said like team and then Disney character. So I think mine was Team Pluto or Goofy. I'm not sure now. And it had a time on it underneath, and that was basically when your slot was going to be. So mine was the 10 o'clock slot. So basically mine just happened as soon as the presentation was over, which was kind of good in that there was no waiting around. So we got taken off into a little side room. I believe there was about 7 or 8 of us, and we sat around in a circle, and Luke from Yummy Jobs sat at his desk. We had all of our applications there, and we had a picture we had to bring, and then each of them had like a slot for him to write details down. It was a bit, you know, nerve-wracking, but that's the kind of what they have to do, and he was just kind of emphasising this as a conversation. It's chill, nothing to worry about. So the first thing that we had to do is we wanted to take a starburst from a little bowl that he sent around, and then the colour corresponded to a fact that you had to give about yourself. It was kind of like an icebreaker general thing, and we then just kind of went around the circle and all answered the question. Then after that Luke started asking some questions about Florida. I think the first one was just, why do you want to work on this programme, which was quite expected, and I talked about how I wanted to give back to the cast members who have given to me and kind of help make the experience magical for other people, and how I love to travel and how I wanted to meet people from around the world and how I would really enjoy that. There were then questions about, how do you think you would cope being away from home? How would you handle the Florida heat? There were then a couple of questions about roles, so which one would be your ideal role and why. So you did your top 2 roles. I said merchandise was my favourite, and I think I said something like, I'm really organised, so I would be good at sorting out the merch. I don't really remember. Maybe that wasn't the best answer. Then we had a couple of situational questions, so it was something like, if a family really wanted to go on Tower of Terror but it had just broken down, what would you say? And I gave the answer of saying, oh, sorry, the ghosts are having a bit of a party right now, we're trying to get it under control and hopefully it'll be sorted as soon as possible. And Luke said that was a really good answer and that it was helping to keep the magic alive, and how at Disney it's always about keeping the story up and making sure you never break character, I guess. There was another question about how if someone was asking for a certain piece of merchandise but you didn't have it, or it wasn't in their size, what would you do? We all kind of answered this as a group and said we would try and contact another store to see if they had it, check the availability online, or if not, find a similar piece of merchandise. So I said if they were looking for the Anna doll, maybe suggest the Elsa doll or something like that. The final question was, if you could be a Disney character, which one would you be and why? And I said Belle, in that when I was younger it was because she has brown hair and she loves to read just like me, but as I've got older I've recognised qualities such as she's really loyal, dedicated to her family, but she's also very determined and independent, and she's gonna set out to achieve what she wants and she's gonna achieve those goals. There were a few other questions, but it's all kind of a blur right now. It was a long time ago, and I'm trying to remember, but I think that was about it. My group generally was really good in that no one was really interrupting each other. We kind of let people go. I generally tried to either go at the start when answering questions or near the end. And generally my group, we didn't have much interaction with each other. I mean, me and one other girl were trying to kind of create a conversation, but mostly people were just waiting for their go. Some people were a bit quieter. I tried to just be as happy and smiley and positive as possible without coming across kind of overpowering and trying to dominate the group in any way, because you need to be able to be part of the group without taking control of the group and seeming like you feel like your voice is the only one that matters. So I guess I just generally tried to nod and smile and agree with other people and say, oh yeah, that's a great idea, you know, just kind of showing that group mentality that you're willing to work with other people and listen to their ideas. Then after that, Luke kind of said, okay, that's it, we'll let you know in a couple weeks what the outcome is, it shouldn't be too long. So kind of went away and thought, yep, that went okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was pretty chilled, to be honest, and it was nice just being able to meet other people who really love Disney as much as I do, and it kind of became a bit more real that this is potentially something that I could get involved with. It wasn't until about 2.5 weeks later, almost 3 weeks, that we actually found out the outcome of the interview. They all came through at once, big email flurry, everyone who'd got through was very excited, basically saying congratulations, we were impressed and we would like to schedule a final interview with you. So that was very exciting, and it was the next step on my Disney journey. That's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions about the interview, feel free to comment down below and I will try and answer them. If not, my social media handles are in the description box, so you can message me there and I will try to answer your questions as much as I can. This is just based on my own experience, also on the 2016 application process, so it may have changed between now and whenever you're watching this. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!